This is Rap Son, worshiping the Most High God of Israel alone and carrying on the legacy and teachings of my dear father and our dear messenger, Rap the News. Shalom, family. This lesson is about self-control, self-restraint. But first, I want to briefly discuss something happening on the land in Arizona. So after the previous video, it was a chance for both sides to reconcile, for both sides to part and go their ways in peace. All were presented with two choices: to make good with your brother, to reconcile as the Most High God of Israel stated, or to listen to the devil and continue to fight with your brother. You are always presented with two options. The Most High God gave you the power of choice. So you're going to be presented with the option of good, with the option that the Most High God is giving you, and then you're going to be presented with the option of evil, the suggestion coming from the devil, because the devil is going to constantly be there to suggest, constantly there to get you to go to hell. There is no in between. It's either an inspiration from the Most High God of Israel, or it's a suggestion from the devil. Either submit to the Most High God of Israel, or choose to burn in hell for eternity. That's it, point blank, no in between. But why do most seem to hearken to the suggestion from that crooked serpent called the devil, instead of hearken to the Most High God of Israel, creator of you all, the one who has power over all, knowing that you're going to get your ass kicked for making the evil choice? It's the system of the Most High God of Israel, and you are not going to get around that system. Deceive yourselves if you want to, but the reality of where we are today in the land of our captivity should be enough proof to you. But most people want to do what makes them feel good rather than what is good. They want to try to seek a gain in evil when you cannot prosper doing evil. You can only prosper if you submit and obey the commands of the Most High God of Israel. Anything else is a deception. Oh, well, I'm not feeling the pain right now, so I'm going to get this bastard back. I'll worry about what's going to happen to me later. Yeah, until later comes and then you crying like a bitch to the Most High God of Israel. Why is this happening to me? It's because of yourself. As you are sowing the seeds of evil, you are growing a wicked version of yourself that's going to meet you in the future. Hello, I'm the one who's here to give you that ass kicking. I'm the one who you invested so much in. I'm the one you grew by your grown iniquity. Knowing this, most are going to choose evil anyways, because in reality, most do not really believe. It is, as my father said, it is beyond insanity. That land in Arizona is the land that the Most High God gave to Brother Deshaun for his efforts. That camper trailer is the trailer that the Most High God gave to Brother Deshaun for his efforts. Brother Deshaun invited you to his home, to his land, and then you all accepted the invitation. And then Brother Deshaun has asked you to leave his home, have asked you to leave his land. And just as you so quickly came, you should also quickly leave. Now, if you didn't have a place to go, then that may be a different story. However, I asked, did you have anywhere to go? And you said, yes, you have a place to go. So you should go to that place and give your brother some peace. Because in the same situation, you would want your peace. In the same situation, if you brought and invited somebody to your home and you asked them to leave, you would want them to leave. Be your brother's keeper. If your brother needs some peace, give him his peace. Don't try to keep poking and poking and poking until he snaps. That's not being your brother's keeper. That's trying to get him to go against the Most High God so you can point the finger. Oh, see, look, he done sinned against the Most High God. He's astray. He done snapped. He done gone reprobate. No, edify and uplift your brother and try to take every step possible to try and save your brother's soul from eternal damnation. That is being your brother's keeper. Not trying to get your brother's foot to slip so then you can expose him and say, see, he's wrong, he's the devil. That is what the devil does. He throws out the suggestions, so you act on the suggestion and get yourself thrown in eternal damnation forever. Get yourself out of the good pleasures of the Most High God. You are not leaning towards reconciliation. You're not leaning towards peace if you know that it's going to upset your brother if you invite somebody else to his land, to his home. If our brother does not want someone in his house, then who gave you the authority and power to bring them there? Who gave you the right? The devil's system? And then you complain about the devil's system being used against you, but then you're using the devil's system against your brother. Because if he were using the Most High God's system, then you would already be humbled down and at peace. You wouldn't want to wake up to uninvited strangers sleeping in your living room, so why bring uninvited strangers to your brother's living room? And then I can talk all day and all night long, but it's not going to change the reality of what people choose to do. People can hear, but choose not to listen. But know this, everything is for a time. So whether on the land it's a test, it's a trial, or it's a punishment, it has a time. And the Most High God is looking at you and watching how you conduct yourself in this test, in this trial, or in this punishment. Or it could be all of the above happening at the same time. You are just getting what you deserve. Yes, it's true. And it's for you to let it burn and continue to restrain yourself and continue to pray to the Most High God, so then that way some of your previous sins can be paid for. But if you react and you do evil, then you're adding more sin upon more sin that you gotta pay for later. And then the one who's being used as a tool to dish out that punishment, to dish out that trial, they don't escape. They're digging their own grave. So it's just like the Gentiles. We sent over here due to transgression against the Most High God of Israel. But then the Gentiles, they didn't get back all that they've done to Israel. And they're going to get it double. So they do not escape. So it's easy to say, oh, well, you're getting it back for some reason, brother. And that's why this is happening to you. But be very wary if it's your hands being used to dish it out to your brother. If you overstepped your bounds and laws that were given to you by the Most High God of Israel. So for example, if the Most High God says take the rebellious child that refused to listen to their parents and take them and have the elders stone them, well, the elders is well within their right. The Most High God gave the laws. But then if you transgression in order to dish something out to your brother and take vengeance in your own hands, you screwing yourself over and you still have to pay. Give your brother peace just as you would want peace, and stop giving hell, because none of us wants hell. And again, I wasn't there, I don't know what's happening, but if I see a video and there's a strange car in the land that shouldn't be there, and there's a demon cops there, for some reason this situation is transpiring. Something done happened. It ain't leaning towards peace. Why is the random car there? Who's there? They shouldn't be there. Some stuff is just obvious. I don't have to be there. I see it. If it's put out, I see it. I don't have to actually be on the land. Now the reasoning and what transpired in between time and in the meantime, I don't know. But it is obvious that Brother Deshaun does not want anyone else on the land. It is obvious Brother Deshaun wants to part ways. So if somebody else is on the land, then it's obvious that that is against his wishes. And then that's not leaning towards peace. And then we did mention in the previous video he did not want anyone there and not to bring anybody on the land. So if you brought somebody on the land, you do know that displeases him. So why do something that's going to lean towards war or displeasure of your brother rather than something that's going to lead toward reconcile and peace? It seems like evil and nanny poo poo all over again. But anyways, if the Most High God is willing, we're going to go ahead and get into our topic of self-restraint. Because the situation, it just has a timer on it, a clock. Whenever the timer is finished and it goes off, and then again, as our topic is self-restraint, both would need to just have self-restraint. And nothing evil and ill happens, nobody gets hurt, no murder, no nothing like this. Are you a man or are you a beast? It's easy to act like a beast and go out of control. Be a man. So as the timer ticks down, let it tick down. When the Most High God said, okay, this situation is done, each side paid for it, or each side showed who they was, then the situation will move on. So there's really not much left to say, because either one or both of the sides are going to be devils and keep pricking with each other, or both sides is going to humble down and become one side, worshiping under the Most High God of Israel, and give their brothers peace. So there's really nothing left to be said. Both sides know what's right, and then both sides are going to make their choices. It is easy to give into the beast, and that's why wide is that way. You are to take the straight way, the difficult way, and restrain that beast. And it becomes more and more difficult the more you give into that beast. The more you practice self-restraint, the more you get used to restraining yourself and stop being a reactionary. Proverbs 25 verse 28, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. You are already in ruin. You leave yourself open for an attack when you just react, instead of taking the time to sit back and use logic. And the only logic is keeping yourself in line with the commands and statutes and laws of the Most High God of Israel. And we say that a lot lately because that's what matters. It matters because pretty soon you're going to be standing in front of the Most High God of Israel, facing an eternity in hell, and then there's no takebacks. You get one chance. You're not going to sweet talk or smooth it over with the Most High God of Israel. You are to restrain yourself both physically as well as verbally. Don't just fire off at the mouth. Don't just be so quick to run your mouth. Proverbs 13:3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. So shut the fuck up from the inside out. Stop talking verbally and stop talking in your head and listen. Hear first. Stop being a reactionary. Actually hear. You can't hear if you're talking at the same time. All you hear is yourself. And then we hear the phrases, enough is enough. I've had it. I'm at my limit. Most of us have said this in one point or time in our life. But the Most High God does not allow you to be tempted above what you can handle. So to say I'm at my limit, I can't take it anymore, is a lie. The Most High God provides a way of escape. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able to handle, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. So you can take it. You can bear it. You just have to stop choosing the option to be weak and choose to be your higher self. Stop choosing to be like a beast and operate in the flesh, and start choosing to be in the spirit. Proverbs 16 verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he who taketh a city. Anger definition is feeling or showing strong annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. If you can restrain yourself and win that battle with the stranger that's within you, then you are better than the mighty. It's easier to win a physical war and take a city than it is to win that war with the stranger inside yourself. And then it's easier to chop down your brother than it is to take the time to uplift your brother and help him break free from the chains that the stranger inside him got him under. And this can take years. It's not an instant process. It is the straight gate. It's difficulty. When we're going through an issue, we see our brother and we peg our brother as evil. But we need to realize that it's not our brother, it's the stranger that's within him. It's the principalities and powers, the rulers of darkness in high places. Our brother just needs help to break his mental chains. And yes, our brother has to be willing to take the steps to break them. All we can do is admonish and put forth the effort, and our brother has to hearken to the commands, laws, and statutes of the Most High God of Israel. Ephesians 6 verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And again, the most difficult struggle, the most difficult battle is going to be with the stranger that's within yourself. Restrain that beast so that it can be the tail and you can be the head. Stop listening and hearkening to it when you know what the Most High God told you to do, and allowing it to be the head, allowing it to take charge and take control. The Most High God gave you dominion over the beast. So use your dominion and stop giving the beast dominion by listening to it and rebelling against the Most High God. Deuteronomy 28 verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, and observe to do them. So under no circumstance should you exercise the option to rebel against the Most High God of Israel. Under no circumstance should you exercise the option to go to hell. It is, as my father said, it's beyond insanity. Because why would you choose to go to hell? Why would you choose to assist the devil against the Most High, your Creator? The one who loves you, the one who cherishes you, the one who has plans for peace and not for evil. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So why are you siding with the devil, who has plans of hell and evil for you, instead of the Most High God? Stop betraying your Creator and restrain the stranger that's inside yourself. This is Rap Son.